engine with blood was red and damp, and brilliantly lit with a brimstone lamp. An imp for fuel was shoveling bones, while the furnace rang with 1,000 groans. The boiler was filled with a lager beer, and the devil himself was the engineer. The passengers made such a motley crew, church member, atheist, Gentile, and Jew. Rich men in broadcloth and beggars in rags, handsome young ladies and withered old hags. Yellow and black men, red, brown, and white, all chained together, what a horrible sight! While the train dashed on at an awful pace, and a hot wind scorched them on hand and face. Wilder and wilder the country grew, as faster and faster the engine flew. Louder and louder the thunder crashed, and brighter the lightning flashed. Hotter and hotter the air became, till the clothes were burnt from each quivering frame. Then in a distance there rose such a yell. Ha ha! Croaked the devil, we're nearing hell.
Well, the temperatures are dropping. It's no longer summer. So we've switched into full-on fall scare mode, apparently. Welcome to Presby Cast. I don't remember the last time I was here, but apparently we still do these. And this is a show that I'm surprised took us this long to do, but it's a kind of closing the loop on our origin story, I would say. And a lot of old friends, a lot of old friends on the show tonight. And it's the first show I've ever had to wonder what I should eat before I come on tonight. So if my mouth sounds full at some points, it's because I'll be eating rice, as I'm about to do now. So nothing sounds better than someone chewing in the microphone.
People love it. The people love it.
If there's one thing I know, it's what people like. So, Turtles, you should probably just say what we're doing.
Well, it's the Presby Hot Ones. Not to violate any trademarks or anything. HAWT.
You're referring to our looks.
Oh yes, this is the man candy gallery we have.
This is the best Presbyterianism could do physically, right here.
But we have the inspiration for this whole show on the show, and that's Camden Busey. He's our celebrity guest, and really, what we're all going to do is interview him the way that God does on the online show, The Hot Ones. So everyone think up a great, deep, personal question for Camden. And as we're moving through these sauces, we're going to talk about life and theology, geometry, theology and geometry. That's our Confederacy of Dunces mandatory reference. But Camden, go ahead and unmute yourself and tell everyone what led you to this lapse in judgment.
Well, for this, I'm always up for eating spicy food. I have a weakness, I suppose, an Achilles heel, and I've done it before. I love the Hot Ones show on YouTube. I watch it every Thursday at lunchtime whenever there's a new episode, which is most weeks, and couldn't love it more. Kind of look like the guy, Sean Evans. He's from Evanston, so I feel like I've got some sort of kindred connection with him. And we've done our own little spoof of it before with Lane Tipton, and I'm excited about tonight.
Yeah, you're smarter and better looking than that guy. Everyone talks like what a great interviewer he is, and I don't see it. So anyway, this will explain for the listeners who don't know. There's it's a YouTube show, and a celebrity comes on, and they go through a succession of hotter and hotter sauces. They're interviewed. It's funny, over the top. I don't think we're going to do anything. Well, I don't think we're going to rip off any clothing or smear the hot sauce on ourselves. They're doing this in the same room. We're remote. And I do have the dog back here. His nugget radar is pinging. He's already had several. He'll have some more, but no hot sauce for the dog. So we have another celebrity on here, and he because he's a conscientious minister And, his studies were important to him. He sort of bowed out of the whole online weird Twitter world for a while. But Nate Pascal, another OPC guy. We have 3 OPCers on this show. And I don't know. We'll see how that works out. But Nate, many years ago, maybe as much as 6 or 7 years ago, you tweeted, Taco Bell fire sauce is a legitimately good hot sauce.
Thanks.
And the thread went into thousands. It's gone now, but just tell us, about when you invited hot sauce into your heart and vital organs.
Hot sauce came into my heart many years before that, but I was on break in seminary, and the Taco Bell that's about a mile from seminary down in Wascal. I'm sitting in the drive-thru and I get the hot sauce. She serves it to me, and I start putting on my taco. And I'm like, this is just a legitimately good sauce. And from that was birthed the tweet and everything that precipitated from that moment. So I would say fire sauce invited itself into my heart.
All right. So you stand by that. You still think it's legit. And I'm sorry.
It was effectually sauced.
Effectually sauce, yeah.
My Taco Bell fire sauce
irresistibly crunched.
Yeah, the packets have little slogans on them, and mine says "Marry me," and I'm not asking any of you all to marry me, but
the bottles don't have anything on there. But
yeah, that's good. So we also have, of course, Presby. He's back after many commercial sojourns. He's back with us. We also have Amish Ambush, one of our oldest friends and sort of the show consultant and ombudsman, neighbor famously to Silent Topher. We don't know where he is now. He's with us, and his lovely wife is sitting in as well. They're members of my church, so I'm convinced of their individual quality.
Topher's kind of like that kid in the credits for The Sandlot, who got way into the 60s and was just never heard from again. Like Topher just got way into TikTok, and we just never saw him again.
Well, one suspects such thing. We also have Derek Bright, pastor at a mega church in Alabama, and he has the beard and hair color to match the hot sauce, and we'll hear from him plenty. But our viewers and listeners know him. And we've got BL, who is probably the most, next to Camden, the most legitimate hot sauce guy on the panel. And he's a ruling elder up in the Appalachians, let's just say. Appalachians, sorry. He always corrects me. So we're just going to get into this. We're going to go through a selection. I mailed hot sauces to everyone, but we're the show of the people.
The Unisaucer.
Since last fall, most Walmarts, I assume all Walmarts, have had a display of dollar hot sauces, and they're 1.5 to 2 ounces, something like that, and they're samples. And then many of those sauces are available on the shelf in larger quantities. So if you're new to hot sauce, that's where you want to start. I could afford to buy 6 of these and ship them to this motley crew. So these are the hot sauces of the people. So we'll have some exotic hot sauces, but the common 6 here are going to be something anybody can purchase and find. Presby.
So fun fact, you actually have to drink the whole bottle tonight. So they're actually shooters.
They're not very big, as you see.
I made a Jello shot out of one of them.
Come at me, bro. I'm going to do it.
God bless the Midwest.
So, any thoughts before we get started? And I was going to use chips, low salt chips, as my substrate, but I chickened out and bought Wendy's nuggets just now for me and the dog. So that's what I'm using. Everybody want to tell us what you're putting the sauces on, Camden?
I bought my wife got for me. She set up plain Rosati's wings. Then for each wing, put it in a Ziploc bag, dumped all the sauce in there, make sure it's all nice and coated up. And they're waiting. This is legit. She set us up real nice. So This is the first 3, and they've been waiting. And in the toast, not the toaster
All
oven.
right,
I forget
show
what
that.
thing's
Show
called.
that
The air
again.
fryer.
Show that again so we can be.
This is the
you-
first three. I don't want to tip these over, but they're
Oh,
labeled.
I want you to tip them over on the MacBook.
Right onto my MacBook. Yeah.
That's exactly what I want you to do.
This feels like when you go golfing with your buddies and you're like, hey, we're just gonna have like a super chill round, right? And then the dude just he's like, yeah, is it okay if I bring my other buddy? And it's like,
Yeah.
Scotty Scheffler shows up. Like, this is insane.
Okay, Nate, what are you eating them on? Eating the sauces on?
I got a bag of buffalo sauce wings, but kept the buffalo sauce off because, as we all know, buffalo sauce is just not good at all.
So,
and then starting off with some spicy takes, and then the best chips
You probably
can
order
buy.
honey barbecue, don't you?
El Milagro. Okay.
I know the
Absolutely
Milagro.
not. Yeah, the El
All right, so-
Milagro. You can get them at your local Aldi, at least up here in the Midwest, and
For
I highly
sure.
recommend them.
All right. The show, The Hot Ones, uses wings. I'm going to make a shocking admission. I don't like wings. I don't think they're worth the trouble. So I'm using nuggets. Derek, what are you doing? You're just snorting, right?
Yep, straight up. I've got a line here, just all the sauces. I'm just gonna go straight down.
Use clear eyes, baby.
Yeah. No, I've got some popcorn chicken actually that are tossed in each of the sauces. So, yep, no
Okay.
wings cleared or not.
I'm just
This is
applying.
so cute, y'all.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. So BL, what do you got?
I have some Sam's Club Southern style chicken bites
Okay.
that I popped in the air fryer but after church.
All right.
Smart.
Very good. Amish, what are you using?
I've got the holy chicken from Chick-fil-A. I got the chicken breast. So we're gonna go with that.
All right. Well, the evangelicals here, and Presby, you're probably using. I put hot sauce on graham crackers earlier this week. I assume that's what you're using.
no, we so graham crackers have been a multi-time epidemic in my house, akin to other substance epidemics currently plaguing our country. So we've just had to sort of embargo them coming onto the property. So I'm just now remembering that I had a whole thing of tater tots in my freezer that I could have air fried. But as such, I'm going to use pork rinds.
Oh, that works. No, I've done it. Yeah, pork rinds are especially good with hot cheese dip, but that's for another
are?
show. So here's the order. If you're watching on screen, the order will take them in the numerical order. I didn't arrange them in the proper order, but we're going to start with a sauce, which is not really a hot sauce. I think that's it's sort of a baseline, maybe. Not really a hot sauce. It's Melinda's. 5 out of these 6 sauces are Melinda's. It's black truffle sauce. Truffles are, they're mushrooms that pigs eat. I think that's pretty much how you describe it. So let's go in. This is a general purpose sauce. It's great on hamburgers, steak, you name it. But it's not spicy, hot. But after we eat them, you can tell us what they are. Somebody needs to mute. Here we go.
Couldn't be my pork rinds, that's for sure.
So what do we think about Melinda's black truffle hot sauce? 2 out of 5 on the spicy scale, and that's that's an exaggeration. But this is a sauce.
I give it a 205 on the taste scale as well.
Oh, really? Well, you're a
Yeah.
California elitist, I guess.
I think that would put me at the bottom of the barrel with the black truffle.
It has, I think it has pretty good flavor. Just no spice. There's just a hint of a tingle. This
Comes
actually
at
is
the
a
end.
shooter.
That was my nickname once.
It's okay.
I think it tastes pretty good. I enjoy it. It isn't spicy at all till the end. There's just I'm getting a bit of a little zippiness on the tail end, but not much at all. It's very pleasant. It's a good sauce.
There's a hint of vinegar to it as well.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that, I get that. Sure.
There's a it's an umami thing. Everyone knows what that is, maybe.
Yeah, the mushroom.
MSG, King of Flavor. No, this is tasty. I'd put this on a quesadilla. It's not spicy, but usually you get like black truffle stuff, and it's like terrible. But no, I'd eat this. This is awesome.
This would be very good on a bologna and tomato sandwich.
You would say that, yeah? No, I can see it.
I would.
This is a general purpose condiment, and it's mostly recommended by the panel here. So Melinda's black truffle, air quotes, hot sauce. All right, so now our second one, I assume is pretty mild. It says 2 out of 5 as well. I don't get the sriracha thing. I have never imbibed much of it. I think the rooster sauce, became trendy and went into short supply, and I never really fell for sriracha. So someone explain to me the appeal, and then I'm going to want you to compare this sauce to the rooster sauce, the famous rooster sauce.
The appeal to sriracha is the sweetness, the spice, and the garlic. To me, that's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And basically it's an all-terrain vehicle.
Yes.
So they're almost limitless application.
All right, well, let's give this one
Not
a try.
unlike the Gospel Brothers.
I broke it.
Okay, there's more heat in that than I remembered.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll give a thumbs up to that.
So how's it compared to the rooster sauce?
Not as garlicky.
No.
No, I don't. I would not guess that was a sriracha. I use sriracha quite a bit.
All right, what kind do
Doesn't
you
taste
use?
much like it.
What kind do you use?
Yeah, the one BL's got, just the straight up legit one, whatever the real deal rooster sauce is.
Wee Fong.
It's the
Yeah, with the green
Hoi Fong.
top.
Hoi Fong.
Hold that up. Hold that up to the camera. Now
The Hoi
that
Fong?
stuff was in short supply worldwide for a while, right?
It was, although my local, semi-local, and I'm not going to give the location. I don't want it to sell out. Semi-local Asian restaurant. The last time we were there, they had, I would say, 50 gallons of it on hand.
So you did he's drinking it. You do
Yeah,
inventory
I like the chili garlic sauce from them a little bit better with the screw off lid.
Well, but that doesn't have necessarily the sweetness. The sriracha, I think, is the perfect vehicle for sriracha. Is pizza.
Correct.
Huh.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
good.
All right.
Before my pancreas petered out, the Stouffer's French bread pizza at work with sriracha, that was the absolute best thing you could have. The sriracha, the actual sriracha, has more garlic flavor, I think, than the Melinda's.
All right. Yeah,
This
I
Melinda
didn't-
stuff was citrusy to me. Maybe I'm off my rocker, but
yeah.
it tasted quite a bit different.
Okay. So just go into a store and ask for the rooster sauce because it's got a rooster on the bottle. That's why they call it that.
I will say, like, this Melinda Sriracha is much more balanced, I think, than the rooster sauce. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm going to this blind. I've never had this before, and I'm not gonna say it's better, but regular Sriracha is like just in your face, and this is pleasant. This is nice.
Well, Melinda's, and it's related to the other brand we'll have, Marie Sharp's. They're all out of Colombia or Belize. And Melinda's
Colombian red, huh?
Is more subtle, yes. They talk about flavor more than heat, but we'll find some heat for the night's over. So this is a good time, Amish, to extol something I'm sure most of our guys are familiar with, and that is Lao Gan Ma. I don't have it to put on camera, but it's the grumpy grandmother sauce. There you go, BL.
Disappointed grandma.
Disappointed. Yeah, she's. Let me bring BL up, and everyone who doesn't. Well, if you followed us on Twitter, you've seen it. But there it is, spicy chili crisp. It's oil and pepper and pepper flakes, pretty much.
Get your job done.
It'll
And it also
stick in
has
your-
garlic and shallot in it.
Yeah. So me and my family go through. What ounce bottle do I have here? I've got a 25 ounce bottle. We go through this one bottle a week. Like, it's
Wow.
amazing. You just put it in your fry pan, crack an egg over it,
Yes, this is
flip
the
it
answer.
over,
Yep.
and it's the most. You will not go back to regular eggs. It's just amazing. My wife last night, she made a chicken salad with disappointed grandma and some MSG. It was the best chicken salad that I've ever eaten in my entire life. Like, you can put this on anything. It makes it amazing. I'm tempted to put it on ice cream.
It is
I
served
did that. I
over
did
ice
that.
cream at different places. I've 100% caught Mrs. Resby just spooning it out in the kitchen before.
Yeah.
We've even we found like just dry chili crisp, so it doesn't have the oil. We found some online, and we use that frequently. So if you think about like instead of like crunchy pieces to put on like a salad, you do the pepper crisp instead, and it adds a little bit of heat. It's wonderful.
And it already has MSG in it, and then we put more MSG on it, and it just makes it awesome.
People don't realize it stands for most super good.
Yes, and I think this is the condiment. This is the next condiment in the next 10 years that people need to catch upon, because once you eat this, you'll never stop buying it.
All right, so Lao Gan Ma, LaOGANMA. You can find it at Kroger. Walmart has it, so it's not hard to find. These are accessible condiments. We're not elitist here, strictly speaking.
Not fencing the table.
So, Camden, right here in the middle, let's give me a theology of spicy food. What you know? If you were going to write a gospel coalition piece, I mean, kind of work up the pathos and the angst and the it can become prosaic and poetic, and tell us why this is all important.
Well, I guess you could try to go at it from some sort of eschatological angle. Some people who don't like them would just see them as products of the fall, kind of like the thorns and the toil and everything that is part of the curse. I enjoy them greatly, but maybe if I were to try to find some sort of angle on this, I would see it as a pathway of suffering unto glory. So Philippians 2:5-11, this was the life of Christ, that he took the form of a servant and he humbled himself, and all the way to the point of death and his burial, and then rose up from the dead through the power of the Spirit. We too, as Christians, follow the pathway of suffering unto glory in an entirely analogous way that really pretty much has nothing to do with what I just said. We also can eat hot sauces, and even in the midst of the suffering, find joy. Joy doesn't mean we're happy in the moment, but we can find joy and then the glory at the end of this gauntlet of heat.
Yeah, and the experience of not just guys, but mostly guys getting together and eating hot food. It's sort of a low impact vice, really. It's you're not gonna wreck your car because of hot sauce, and it's not expensive, and it builds fellowship, it builds camaraderie. It's male bonding without all that promise keepers, loincloths, and drum circles. Much better than that. So it's biblical it's biblical masculinity. I think that's what we're getting at here.
There's a pretty good episode of Teen Titans Go about hot sauces too. So if you're surfing Cartoon Network one day,
Don't know what it is, but that's okay. All right, well, let's go. We're going to go to one that's got a little more heat. It's a Melinda sauce. It says 4 out of 5. I don't really think it is. I made some. I made habanero sauce twice in the last 2 weeks. Camden, I did 15 habaneros to 4 ounces of vinegar. So it's pretty potent. It's probably 135, 150,000 Scoville units. But this stuff is fairly hot. This could be 50 to 80,000 Scoville units. That's just my guess. Melinda's fire roasted garlic and habanero. So load them up or uncork them or whatever you're doing there. I'm going to put a little extra on mine. And it's a reasonable amount on a nugget.
You know, that's you can definitely taste the habanero there. That's
Noticeably
classic.
more.
That's a classic habanero flavor.
There used to be there was a potato chip company like Tim's Cascade Chips a long time ago, and they had jalapeno, but they also had a habanero kettle chip that you could buy at the grocery store, and it was the best. As soon as you stopped, you would feel it, but as long as you just kept eating them, they were fine. So you'd whip through a whole bag and just cry, but it was worth it.
That's the first one we've had that brings a little
That's a
bit
step
of that.
up.
Yeah. Now this is on camera.
It's on the
You're
lips
watching.
though. It's not getting down in the throat yet.
You're
but
right.
It's got some kick to it.
This is my habanero sauce, which is a similar heat level, but I think it gets a little further back. But that's 15 habaneros to 4 ounces of vinegar. Very fruity. That's one of the things about, I think maybe they don't want the habanero sauce to be too fruity, so they add things like garlic. But anyway.
Fathers and brothers, I think the Sriracha's hotter.
I
No.
don't think so at all.
No, I think
I
you're
agree
a
with
weirdo.
Amish.
Oh, wow. See, there's no right answer when it comes to hot sauce.
Like this
No,
didn't
this-
burn me at all.
This
Really?
one is it's hitting now. Of course, I am mainlining it, but it's hitting in the back a little bit more than the.
What does it feel like in the veins from the injection site? I have to wonder.
It burns us.
I just realized I don't have anything to drink.
Yeah. So it's a medium, low, medium heat on there, I think.
It does the heat does linger longer than the sriracha sauce. I'll say that.
Anybody got any theories on why? I mean, that's why I made my own habanero sauce 2 weeks ago, and I made some more Saturday, and I quadrupled the amount of garlic in it, and I cut the sweet stuff in it. So why does habanero work with garlic?
I think it's sort of the savory, blanket warmth of garlic, and then you get the acidic, fruity with the habanero. It just, I don't know. It's a nice combination. Milk and cookies, things
Okay.
of that nature.
How many of you bros have Taco Bell fire sauce on you? I know Nate does.
Let me go to the fridge. I've got a couple packets.
All right. I'm going to suggest now that those of us who have it, just empty a whole packet on whatever you're eating.
I don't
And let's
have a
compare it,
packet.
see.
I have a jar.
Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, that's a bottle.
You're in good
Come on.
company, BL.
This is actually my wife's jar. This is her favorite sauce.
Oh, okay.
She's a wise woman. You did well.
So it's
Yes, I
it's
did.
dark. It's Nate. It's darker. It's a darker sauce.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the light's doing tricks, or maybe your packet's been sitting in a Taco Bell for 2.5 years.
No, it could be.
That's how you know it marinated.
Oxidation. All
I mean,
right,
that's the color on mine.
So
Okay.
what are we fire saucing right now?
Yeah, we are.
Fire saucing.
There we go.
Legitimately.
Taco Bell.
FYRE.
Here we go.
That sauce
BL, what a man.
that sauce is so good. There's
Legitimately
no
good.
heat, but so much flavor.
Hold on. Please pause for commercial break.
Yeah, it doesn't have much heat. I'll give you that. It's not comparable to the previous sauce.
Fire is better than Diablo.
It is.
Yeah.
But the optimum way to eat a Crunch Wrap Supreme or a Cheesy Gordita Crunch is 2 packets of Fire, 2 packets of Diablo.
Mm.
My man.
I'm usually
I've got some work travel coming up again soon. Usually on these trips, I buy just a sinful amount of Taco Bell to eat in my hotel room while watching movies at night. So we'll have plenty of time to try this. If
Oh,
you
That's the
were,
way I do it.
this
you
is
mean-
not a financial advice show, but if you were to invest in Tums, you would probably not lose money because I am alive.
Did you mean movies in the hotel room or Ligonier video series or Reform Forum free classes? Which was it? I mean, I think you misspoke.
I'm probably going to hate watch like a Fast and the Furious movie again. Like
Okay.
I'm not going to be that fruitful with my time.
Okay.
So I'm not on camera, but I also realized in my fridge and stuck to it are the vestiges of other sauces which may have exploded next to it. But I've got a just regular Chinese food hot sauce of WY Industries Incorporated, and I think that's one of my favorites out there, especially a little spicy pork lo mein. And then underrated is not really spicy, but just good is the Arby's 3-pepper sauce. I use that instead of horsey sauce, or instead of Arby's sauce. Sorry.
Any thoughts before we go on to our fourth one,
There's
which
just
is
the-
it says 5 out of 5 heat. It's the Melinda's creamy style ghost pepper wing sauce and condiment. So it's like an actor singer. You know, it's not just a sauce. It's also a condiment.
I'm glad they distinguished it as creamy. I was worried it was just going to squeeze out of the bottle like the others.
So I haven't found that. It says ghost pepper. Okay. Let's make this point. It's not about the heat rating of the peppers. It's dilution is a factor. And I think the dilution is pretty high on this one, but I'm going to load this up because I haven't found it to be that hot, and I want to get my money's worth there. All right, so
I've got
number
like a
4.
perfect. I've got a perfect like bowl shaped chicharrone here. I saw a bowl shaped chicharrone in college, sort of a jazz fusion electronica with like a Cajun bent. First Record was probably the best, but
It's definitely ghost pepper. I had some ghost pepper for lunch.
Yeah,
So
that's,
it's identifiably ghost pepper
yes.
to you.
Oh yeah. I'm got a weird theory on this. Maybe I'm some sort of pepper synesthete, but I feel like some of these different peppers have like a shape. The spice, the way it hits your mouth has like a different, I don't know, the analogy I would say is like a shape. Like this ghost pepper is just, you can't locate it. It's just everywhere, like round and hot all over your mouth. But like a Serrano is very sharp and it feels like it's stabbing you. And that habanero is also kind of sharp, but on the lip a little bit. I don't know. Does anyone else get that, or am I out to lunch?
I got more heat on the garlic and habanero.
But it's almost like your taste bud receptors, like where it hits. And different peppers hit different spots.
I'm going to do it
I'm
again.
still waiting for the good part of that sauce to show up. And maybe it was the fact that the rest were hot sauces and this was like a wing sauce, and so that
Well, it does, as Camden said, it does have that ghost. I grew ghosts and I've eaten them. It has that ghost distinctive flavor. And it's not a bad flavor, and some ghosts are.
Is it
really
citrusy? I mean, is there a little bit of citrus in the ghost? Or is this somewhat like buffalo? Is there some of that? But
I hiccuped.
When I want to just add some heat that just kind of sits in the background and kind of heats everything up, like that's to me a little bit of ghost pepper, whatever.
Yeah,
That's
ghost
that's the
sticks
job
around.
that does for me. It does
sticks
stick
around.
around. Yeah.
yeah, I use this ghost pepper that we're going to go last with. I use it in soups and chili. And if you get some
great for
kind of if you get some kind of hot sauce, it's pretty spicy, but you don't really like it by itself. It's good to use that for soups and chili and cheese dip and just dump some in. Worst thing that could happen is you put too much. And
I did that once.
That's good.
I had a 4 pepper jack cheese that I bought from a local cheesery, an artisan cheesery in my area, and went to town with it over my bowl of chili. Just like, it's pepper jack. Like, how bad could it be? Flip the label over about halfway through the bowl, in pain, and ghost pepper flakes, and habaneros, and the other assortment of peppers in there. And I was like, huh. In my best Joe Bluth, like, I've made a terrible mistake.
I would say slightly hotter than the Sriracha, but I think it lingers, like you guys said, it lingers a lot longer. So
Yeah, it's building a little.
It's right in the back of the throat for me. It's why I stopped growing ghost peppers.
It's like the Erdman of these sauces. It just keeps hanging around, and you can't really get rid of it.
That defamation horn.
Oh gosh. Okay. I don't know what that was. It wasn't me. There you go. A burp for Erdman, I guess. All right.
Don't be a burpman.
So this is where we're going to try to imitate the real show. So does anyone have any questions for Camden? Because he invented reform podcasting, and he's become just a franchise. So I know some of you guys got to have questions for him. Derek, you've been very quiet. I know that you're a shrinking violet. I'll bet you've got a question of some kind for Camden. Besides, why has he never had you on the show?
Well, I know the answer to that last one. You've got to be somebody to be on his show. You've got to do something great. So,
I don't think so. I've been on there. I don't think that I can disprove that one.
But you're
I have not. I have
That's
not.
different. You're the podfather. So, do you want a theological question or a personal question?
I didn't know I was answering questions tonight, but I mean I could do what I can. How about something non-theological? Maybe that's.
Oh man. Okay.
Would
Here, let me suggest a question for Derek to ask. Do these OPC guys do they like hot sauce because their denomination's so boring? Could that be the reason? Is it compensation?
Could be.
Yeah. So, tell me. Let's see. You're a Cubs fan.
Yeah,
Is that right?
that's right.
Well, I don't really have anything for that then. All right.
Did you see Camden? So here's my legitimate question: did you see how many people showed up for the White Sox today?
Oh, was it more than 100? I don't know.
It was in the picture I saw, taken from the first baseline outfield grandstand. I counted 17 people.
Sounds about right. My record low for an evening service is 11, and I brought one of those. So they're getting down there.
Sounds like some high school bands I played in. If you counted my parents in the back.
We need to get Joe
here's a real
Crispin
question.
on. He's a big Sox fan, and there's been years where he's been to more than almost all the home games, I think. So,
Camden, what is your guilty pleasure movie?
oh, movie? Oh,
Yeah.
lately it's well, I mean, Presby has been mentioning Fast and Furious. I just recently got into those. I usually I run in the morning when I get home right before dinner. I usually try to pump out some sets of some weights at home, and I have a whole series of weightlifting movies. These are movies that don't take much mental effort at all. You don't even really need to pay attention. And so Fast and Furious really fits the bill. Another one I saw recently was Hard Target. You know that one with Jean-Claude Van Damme where he punches a snake? That's some quality cinema right there.
Yeah, I recently, so I'd only seen it once, and the 8th Fast and the Furious was on, and while I was traveling, and I sat down and watched it, and it's very unique at certain points when you find a movie that you truly, actually hate. I mean, just like strikes at the core of like, if this, like, like if this was on the side of the road, you would keep walking, like the Pharisee and the Levite. Like, I just don't want anything. And I like 4, 5, and 6 a great deal in that series, but 8 was just bad. I like Zoe's question about OPC food culture. My church potlucks will surprise you. We have a lot of rice, a lot of kimchi, a lot of international dishes, but I guess we're kind of an outpost. A lot of transplants from all around.
Can I do a Sean Evans question to Camden?
Please
Let's do it.
Camden, you went to Bradley University. Advantis, been a Peoria staple since 1966. Tell me about the gondola.
Yeah. Wow, you really do your research. This is some of the best questions I've ever had. That's what every guest says on the show. But it's true. Yeah, right across the street from Bradley is Avanti's. It's a Italian restaurant. It's like Italian fast food. It's an actual sit-down restaurant, but they also have kind of a carry-out section. You guys know this style of thing, or is this Midwestern? I don't know. The gondola is basically like a mediocre sub sandwich, with hardly anything on it. I'd rather eat at Jimmy John's personally. This is maybe really offensive to some Peoria old timers, but I was never a huge fan of Avanti's. I went there a lot, but it's kind of the pasta's and the gondola is something like if you need you're a poor college kid and you need a big sandwich that's going to fill you up because there's a lot of Italian bread to sit in your gut, that's your meal.
So is there something better on the menu than that sandwich?
No, I don't know. It's been a long time. It's not my favorite. It's not terrible. It just is what it is. I think it gets a lot of cred. A lot of people talk about it as this great thing, Avanti's, but I didn't get the bug or didn't get the memo. Who knows? I was never a huge fan. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't. I didn't see what was really special about it.
All right, Camden. So this camera, and this camera. Yeah. Tell us what you're doing.
Tell the people what you have going on in your life. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm excited to step up the heat here.
Before we get into that,
yeah,
speculative question: would Machen have enjoyed Skyline chili?
Ooh, I don't know how adventurous he was with the foods. I mean, when he had the Checkers Club, he had different fruits and nuts, and that's about it. I mean, it sounds interesting. Maybe back in the 10s and 20s, that was a great thing to do. But I don't know.
I didn't really enjoy Skyline chili.
Absolutely.
Oh, come on.
That is when my wife and I went to Cincinnati last year for our anniversary, our first stop.
Very tropical standard vacation destination.
She wanted to go to the zoo. She likes zoos. So I took her
Hold
to
on.
Cincinnati Zoo.
Do we have taps to play? Because somebody really important in all of our lives used to be alive at the Cincinnati Zoo. And then one day he wasn't. And the entire world has suffered every day since, each day being slightly more painful than the day before it. So sauce is up for Harambe. This one's for you, G.
Our first stop, we've been to Cincinnati twice, once for a baseball game and once for the zoo. Our first stop both times has been Skyline Chili. Skyline is the absolute best chili that you can get. Now, we tried Gold Star also last year. No comparison. Skyline is...
I just blocked
Skyline
the
is
number on my phone. I don't want to hear anymore.
Well,
how long have you been on crack, BL?
It's relatively low in carbohydrates.
Well, not if you get it a 3-way or 4-way.
Yeah, well, if
Or
you
a 5-way even.
Yeah. Well,
I'm from Ohio, and I wouldn't even defend that. So
Okay. All right. So one more shot to ask Camden a ridiculous question. No, let me interject. Somebody asked what Machen would eat. I did a whole Substack article on that using a 1920s menu from New Jersey. So look that up. Maybe I'll put that in the show notes, but probably not. Sounds like more trouble than it's worth. Any other questions for Camden?
Yes, Camden, if you could give us the perfect hot sauce pairing for backstrap, shoulder,
Good man.
inside tenderloin,
Sweet ones.
and heart.
You're talking about
Hard.
Bambi. Talking about Bambi meat here.
Absolutely.
Venison. Okay, go ahead.
I'd probably put it on heart first out of any of those because I don't necessarily wouldn't necessarily put hot sauce on all those other cuts. Although I really love hot sauce.
Well,
I don't know. So I think the question there is like venison is like any other. Well, it's not like any other steak, but the next day after it's sat in the fridge cold and the salt soaked in, then you put it on a sandwich and you can get a little experimental. But like, the heart. I mean, if you're doing it right, you're making tacos with it the night of, or as freshly as possible, and just searing those bad boys up and doing them kind of street taco style, and then putting some sort of sauce on top.
well, that would go along with. I forgot this one, tongue.
Yeah, I did in the tongue. I made lengua tacos. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
I cooked my hearts with the sous vide later, but yeah, it's good stuff.
Well,
but that
we're
would be
not
really
all
good with hot
fancy
sauce.
OPC guys, but like you, but
It's basically
I
a
would
heating
say-
element in water.
I would say something like a salsa verde for the heart and the tongue. Something that's green
Yeah,
and
that would be
fresh. Lots of cilantro, lots of garlic, lots of lime,
Yep.
and probably some jalapeno and maybe some habanero.
All right. So disclaimer: don't let your kids listen to this. They're talking about eating Bambi's mother with hot
And
sauce.
Bambi too, if I can get him. I mean,
Yeah.
Man, if it's brown, it's down. Depends
No, you shoot-
depends on the
no.
time of the season.
No, you always shoot the big dough first. That way her fawns stick around and you can get them all.
You get a second
that
shot.
way. Yes.
Okay. Here, this is time. Death. That's what we're talking about here.
it's all right.
After the fall. All right, so we're going to move into some, a couple slightly hotter sauces. So we took a break, but we're into the death part. This sauce from Marie Sharp's Belizean or Belizean, I don't know how you say it, Belize heat, and
Belize
it's,
that.
it's overrated. I mean, I think the heat rating, you'll find places that say it's 250,000. I don't think it is. Probably
You
100.
haven't even bitten into it, and you're telling me it's overrated?
No. The heat rating is overrated. The flavor's fine. Oh, I just sloshed it everywhere. But let's go with this one. Number 5, Marie Sharp. Marie Sharp and Melinda. Believe it or not, can you imagine? 2 women didn't get along with each other. They had a common heritage. Oh, so I'm going to put quite a bit on here and just. And there
Yeah,
are
this is,
you can
this
see
is it's good, but it's not hot.
yeah, there are seeds in this one. You can see the seeds.
Damn.
Here we go.
So I'm
Sorry,
still,
that's
I
gonna
still
ruin
think
me
that
later. That's
Fire
what's gonna do me
roasted
in.
garlic and habanero is hotter than this one.
This one has a really good flavor. It is especially good on bologna and tomato sandwiches. I speak from experience. But there's no heat.
You're not
one
going
that
to get that anywhere else. The bologna commentary.
That's
It's
not
got to
that
be
hot.
thick bologna too. Got to be thick.
Oh, extra thick.
Yeah.
All right, now the heat builds on this one, and it's more in the back of the mouth. It's not on the tongue and the lips.
No, you're right.
And it's
coming.
It's a tropical flavor profile.
It has
I
good
like-
flavor.
We I keep a couple bottles, so they make a bunch of different color variants, but the green El Yucateca habanero sauce is really good. I also keep the Caribbean, which is like a lighter brown version.
Have you ever tried the black?
I have not.
It's really smoky. It's almost like the Scotch of hot sauces.
Well, now I'm gonna have to buy that.
Mezcal.
Yeah, it's a lot like that, Camden. It's got that smoky,
That earth smoke. Yeah.
yeah.
That peat. Yeah.
It's well,
The Lafroig of hot sauces.
not quite that smoky. It's more like a Lagavulin.
All right.
One of my faves.
All right, so thoughts on the Marie Sharp's Belizean heat, and there are a lot of variants.
It's fine.
But, yeah.
So
That
I'd say
doesn't-
that's one of the better
It's not
ones
my
that we've
favorite.
had.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, but it the burn hits later on the lips.
Definitely.
It hit,
Mm-hmm.
it hit early in the back of the throat, and at the end, it's on the lips.
That does not live up to the label.
Yeah, it's not. It's, it depends on what you put it on. I mean, a lot of times I test these on chips. So, chicken nuggets or wings, I think they cancel some of the heat. But just my
Bologna,
opinion.
mayonnaise, and tomato certainly cancels
I'd put
it. because
that
I'm
at-
getting it more now.
That'd be a 6. That might be it's probably a 7, a 6 or a 7 on like the hot ones scale in terms
Okay.
of where you might find that.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
No,
It shows less hot than I thought it was. Then
All right,
you can still
Cam,
have that and
favorite-
actually eat your food and enjoy it. It's not just
Yes.
heat for being stupid sake,
Yeah, that's what we're
Yeah.
trying to do here.
Like
All
it's
right,
I
Camden,
thought
it's
we were
like
trying to be stupid.
it's like two sauces down from the bomb. Like it's not that hot. Like
Right. So, I've got some leakage here.
I thought that's
let's-
what it's for tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Good morning. So, let's go with the Melinda's boot Jalakia ghost pepper, and it says 5 out of 5. I don't think it's terribly hot, but this should be legitimately hot. I think it won't have the flavor that the other ones have had,
so.
but I'm gonna put quite a bit on this nugget.
And stay tuned for the end of the show where we each choose a sauce and scratch our eyes with it.
I just had a problem. Try to remember not to rub my eyes later because it's everywhere. All right, I want a little more than that.
Got that pandemic.
All right.
That's a ghost right off the bat.
Camden, what's your favorite Hot Ones episode?
And there's some. I have a bunch there for different reasons, but it might be a Will Ferrell one. Was pretty hilarious because I was hanging with my friend Lane and my other friend Adam York. Adam's a pastor at Hope. Lane was out visiting, and I don't know. Jim was with us. Anyway, I was with some friends, and I had bought all the sauces for that season. I bought the pack from Heatonist, and I was eating them as the Will Ferrell episode was going, just in experiencing the same things he was experiencing and it was funny in its own right. But as I was, especially on the bomb, was just absolutely hideous and terrible. But I would say something just a spontaneous emotion that would come out, and then he would say it. We felt like we were in lockstep, like synchronized throughout the space-time continuum through this pepper. And I really enjoyed that one for that reason. This one's a step up. This isn't like punch you in the face,
Right.
but this is definitely, you got to strap in for this one. Most people would really have a hard time with this sauce, I
Okay.
think.
This
So
one's hanging around a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Start
I
to
just
sweat a little
It's
bit.
actually building over time.
I just put this on a chip rather than a nugget, and it hits a lot harder on a chip.
Yeah, the
There's something
chicharrones are working.
There's something about the breading and the chicken that cancels the heat. And if you put this on a chip, liberally and bite in, it's there.
It has a good flavor. It has a good flavor.
Yeah.
There's a citrus note to it, and it has the ghost. It brings it. I mean, this is a legitimately hot sauce.
Okay, so if you're new to really hot stuff, this would be a good entree because it's not going to kill you, like Camden said.
It would
No,
blow
but
somebody away.
Melinda's.
This is
Ghost
AAA.
pepper.
I think this is AAA minor leagues right here.
So
Yeah.
what do you rate the Scoville units on this one, Camden, in BL?
Oh, I'd have to guess. I don't trust the Scoville so much because it's a perception, and the bomb is only 135,600, and then this one I got next is over 2 million, and I think the bomb is worse. And so I don't know. I would guess that this is. I
150.
guess it'd be 150, 200.
Yeah.
Well,
200,000,
based on my leadoff for tonight, that's supposed to be 500,000. This one is 200,000. It probably.
Yeah, I'll buy that. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but BL has it. I know because he sent these to me. Torchbearer. They've been on the hot ones.
I have the honey badger one from them.
I think BL and I will report on these, and if anyone else has anything extreme they want to go with,
Here you go, BL.
Which one is that?
Triple X. That's the
Oh,
last dab. So I got to do the thing, right? I got to shake it
you
up
do.
and
Yeah.
put the last dab on this last wing here. Watch the eyes. Watch the eyes. Is that too much? Is that too much?
the garlic reaper is thick. BL.
It is.
I'm having a hard time getting it out. So here
Two
we
C's,
go.
baby.
This is my hot one.
I'm going to regret this.
Yes, you are.
I just moved my hat.
Mentioned
and it's-
Lagavulin and
I'm
had
sweating.
to
Ooh.
indulge. I had my wife pour me a glass because we're in a true patriarchy.
I should do that too, Derek. I should do that too.
Be a patriarch.
Lagavulin. But I only drink my Lagavulin on special occasions.
All right, so how's that going, Camden?
The juxtaposition of the hot sauce with like
My-
your background and the bookshelves is my favorite
That's
part
the-
of the
that's-
episode.
That's the best part of Hot Ones. This is the high-low. Right? Great. This
I
is going to
really-
sneak up on me. This is going to hit in a minute. But I can tell
liked,
it's building like a freight train.
All of
The
those
Vin-
last dabs are horrible.
The
They
Vince Vaughn episode was good.
I agree. That was a tremendous episode.
I
I
think,
think
the
the
best
person
one,
who hammered it the best, just took it like just a champ, was Halle Berry. She just nailed that whole gauntlet. Ate all the chicken. She didn't wimp out. She ate all of it, cleaned the bones on everything without breaking a sweat. She was by far the best of them all. I wouldn't say it's the most entertaining episode, but
Michael
It's coming.
Cera handled them all well too.
The Conan episode is the right answer here, guys.
No, it's a tie between Alton Brown and
Conan O'Brien, the
Gordon
writer from The
Ramsay.
Simpsons.
It's rather lewd.
They all are. No,
BL, I'm not sure if I did the garlic reaper or the zombie. I'm gonna have to revisit.
I'm glad I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
All right, I'm going back
So
with another
cute
one.
watching Chortles eat nuggets on camera.
Another.
Little nuggies down the hatch.
Okay. All right. So I think I went with the zombie before. Yeah, it's hard to get it out. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, that last ghost pepper one is still there.
I went for this one here, the Dave's Gourmet Insanity. That's pretty good, pretty solid. I like the flavor on it.
I feel like
All right,
a
the-
Looney
the
Tunes
people-
cartoon with the smoke blowing out my ears and the flames in my eyeballs.
People are doing a lot of drinking right now, liquid intake.
So here's a question for the group, because Camden brought up Looney Tunes, which, as we know, without Mel Blanc and his
Look at that.
just wonderful, pantheon of characters, Presby Cast would not exist. It's the foundation of our humor.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny.
So if you think about the original Looney Tunes, if you had to watch like one particular character's episodes, say for an extended period of time, who are you going with?
Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote.
Bugs Bunny. No, it's Bugs Bunny's man.
I think it's one of my favorites is the one where Bugs, Daffy, and Elmer are all hunting, and then at the end they turn on Elmer, and so I feel like it's a toss-up between Daffy or Elmer on this.
I like the dogs, Butch and Spike, with the escaped saber-toothed tiger from the zoo.
That's a good one.
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
BL's hurting. Are you all right there, buddy? Man, I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
Are you a Richard Quimby art for Tom and Jerry or Chuck Jones?
I watched that 40 years ago. I don't remember. Let me say yes.
Yeah, I remember we took our kids skiing into the mountains for a weekend, and we had access in the condo to the Boomerang channel, and they had Tom and Jerry on in the mornings, and my kids totally locked in on Tom and Jerry, like could not get enough of it. They thought it was every time it's on that they can see the original, they just love it. And,
well, my two favorite episodes are the one where his Uncle Pecos comes in, and the one where Tom is a cowboy and he's wearing his spurs and he flips
rolls the cigarette with Jerry.
Yes, those are my two ones that I remember. So those are my favorite. Whoever did those.
There's one Looney Tunes episode, and I have tried and I cannot find it, where somebody rubs a magic lamp and Gandhi comes out. And
No.
I remember that. I remember that.
It absolutely did happen.
I remember that.
It is a fever dream of an episode. Like, you can't believe even back then that it ever made it to air. But I couldn't believe it.
Oh, okay, I overdid it with the torchbearer, zombie, and garlic reaper. I'm suffering.
I don't know what's going on. I've never had this happen. I'm wishing I was BL with that mustache at the moment, because when I breathe out my nose, these parts right here. I have a friend who's got a white beard and likes to smoke a pipe, and he's got
in the OPC. You're kidding?
Yeah. But anyways, we won't go there. I'm feeling like fire streaks on my lip,
Yosemite Sam style,
from my exhalation. Man, that's a first. This isn't as painful as I've had in the past at all.
I just touched my eye. I just touched my eyes. That was a bad move.
That was a mistake.
That's a rookie mistake. You never do that. Oh,
Ranger, come lick Turtle's eyeballs.
Camden,
he's right
Walmart,
here.
Walmart had a Hot Ones 3 sauce pack.
Yeah,
they sold in the freezer section with.
Yeah. They would sell those chicken wings too.
Yeah, and that was my only experience with the Last Dab or any of those.
Yeah.
Any of those, and that was the most pain I've ever been in.
This is hot. It's not as bad as the.
This one was,
but man, this is.
Well, actually, according to Scoville, it is.
Oh, to Scoville, this is over 2 million.
But the thing, and again, I refuse to try the Last Dab. But the thing I understand about it is, it doesn't have any flavor. It's just pure capsaicin.
Whereas, I would say this has some flavor to it. It's not Not
No,
totally
I mean
terrible.
the bomb. The bomb is the one I'm talking
Oh,
about.
the bomb is yeah.
Yeah.
It tastes like rubber. This has been established.
The
This we
ultimate
affirm
question
against the
is,
Socinians.
Passenger side or driver side rubber?
the question is, how does Smoking Eddie Curry
Yeah.
eat those things?
As long as we're talking tires. Yeah.
We finally, I can't believe that I missed this pun
Scoville
earlier,
reference
but the
Bible.
Scoville reference Bible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chortles had
We brought that up.
Chortles had made that reference on Twitter. He called it on the Schofield scale, and I was
We
like,
did that
boy,
on the Reform Forum Hot ones too. Yeah, we love that.
If my bookshelf was in
Schofield
order,
scale.
I would pull my Schofield Bible out, but it's not in order.
I think I've told that story before that Amazon is what helped make me a Calvinist, because I was shopping for a new Bible and I knew the translation. I wanted an NASB and I wanted it to feel, I wanted to have a certain dimension and sort of hand feel, as we're all sauce sommeliers talking about mouth feel. We wanted to feel a certain way in the
a
hand.
new niche YouTube channel for you, Presby.
Oh gosh, could you? There's gotta already. I can't be the first. Like that, somebody out there is like rating Bibles, based on how they feel in the hand.
Oh yes, there's a Bible review blog. Yeah, has been for a long time. Mark somebody, and he's a PCA guy.
Skylar is where it's at.
In any case, I'm like, I find the one I want, and for whatever reason, all the reviews on what was an NASB Schofield reference Bible said, "Don't read the footnotes." And I was like, all right, I'm at this point a college freshman, so it makes sense that Amazon comments would have a significant impact on how I thought about the world. But never read them. Like just I've owned it. I still own it. It's somewhere, I think, in like underneath my desk next to me, and it was a great Bible for many, many years, and just never read the comments. And was sitting at a coffee shop many years later, reading it, and a guy next to me was like, it's a great Bible. Shame about the footnotes, though. And I was like, I've never read them, dude. And so that's how Amazon helped.
Well, you just need to buy the correct Schofield that has the notes in red letters.
Yeah.
All right, I've got a question. Who wants to see Ranger eat a nugget?
Why not?
With sauce? You're not going to do that.
No.
He can handle the truffle.
Yeah, he can handle the truffle.
Yeah, but we're not going to. So we're going to. But Ranger's been a trooper here. So Ranger, there you are.
Good boy.
Oh, those are nice looking nuggets.
Wendy's has always had some pretty great nuggets.
Right.
I've never had a Wendy's nugget.
Well, they're the best. Presby and I are Wendy's fans.
I have to drive 15 minutes to get to Wendy's. That's too far.
I used to have one. It was the closest fast food place to my previous job. So, it was like a quarter-mile walk. So on a nice day, I would like walk down there. That was the first place that I ever used like an app to order. So I would place my order and check in by the time I hit the parking lot. And so I would walk in. I would time it at like peak lunch rush so that everyone could see me walk in and just walk clear around the line and pick up my food and walk out. And they all knew what was happening. And it's truly a unique hatred that you have to experience to truly enjoy.
BL, did you just drink Taco Bell fire sauce out of the pot?
I did.
Do it again. Do it again.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my goodness.
I'm out of beer. I need something to drink.
I wanted to ask the panel, if I may, especially Nate up in Wisconsin or Derek in Alabama, are there any regional uses of hot sauce that might be distinct to your area? I don't know if there are any particular Midwest ones. I know Wisconsin, you're going to be similar to me, but yeah, special cheeses you put it on. I put it on eggs, but I think lots of people do that.
Yeah, I've been surprised by the lack of hot sauce and tolerance of it. Most meals I go to,
really,
yeah,
not even in a hot dish.
Yeah,
not even in a hot dish.
Yeah, the hot. I've been surprised, but that's not to say there are some. One of my elders, he will bring these peppers for his sausages that we have at our fellowship meals regularly.
Yeah.
And that's always a bonus there. But they're not incredibly hot or spicy, so for most people they can do it. But I think that's about the most heat I've experienced. We did actually, no, I take that back. At a fellowship meal last month, we did Chicago dogs, and there were some peppers there.
Oh, sport peppers.
Yeah, sport peppers. But that was the extent of what I think.
Those got a kick to them. They're something.
All right. Let me give you a little historical local thing. If you pick up a bottle of ketchup, it says tomato ketchup, and that seems redundant. But there are ketchups that aren't tomato, and the original ketchups didn't have tomato 500 years ago in England because they didn't have tomatoes. They hadn't been introduced
Well, they're
yet.
also against flavor there, too.
Right. And they had a lot of mushrooms in there. So that brings us right back to the truffle sauce.
Mushy peas.
So when you're eating this, if you get some of this truffle sauce, you're eating something like what your Anglo-Saxon ancestors would have. But I make this barbecue sauce. It's the vinegar based, which most hot sauces are vinegar based, with just red and black pepper and salt, and it can be quite spicy because the dilution is it's pretty strong. So Carolina, Mississippi Delta style hot sauce, barbecue sauce is just a hot sauce, really. So that's a local style, but it goes back, has a lot in common with the condiments our British ancestors would have experienced maybe even 500 years ago, as they were getting spices in from India, and that was a big, that's probably the reason the British Empire existed, just to make their food better. That's my sociological, historical, political observation.
I'll tell you what, the Lagavulin hitting the back of my throat, combined with that ghost peppers opening me up.
I bet.
That's a whole new
tastes like
world.
Rocket fuel.
Yeah. I feel like I think I just found the cure for COVID. What I just did. Could burn it all away.
People laughed at me when I said, hey, just take a shot of vodka. I mean,
there was a thing
works.
back in
Why not
college
do it
days.
internally?
People would put Tabasco in a shot of tequila, and that was called a prairie fire. You ever heard of that? Whew. It's not worth it.
All right, let me
the tequila or the hot sauce.
You choose.
Let me extol a variety and a brand before we shut down. Yellowbird. It's out of Austin, Texas. Their habanero sauce is excellent. Legitimately hot. Extremely versatile. So I've got that on screen.
Yellowbird. Their Sriracha is also excellent.
Yeah, haven't tried that. So Yellowbird's a good brand. So I think we live in the golden age of widely available, pretty good hot sauces. What's that?
It's a legitimate Belle Epoque. Certainly.
There you go.
Yeah.
The question is, is there going to be? Well, never mind. I can't figure out a way to word that question well. So.
The sauce has gone to our heads. It's interrupting our synapses.
Discretion is the better part of valor.
Yeah, I think what we just, with everything, it's, hot sauces are great. You should enjoy them. I'll apply. This is not a review. It's a proverb by which I live, and that's life's too short to drink cheap beer.
Yes.
But it's too dang long to buy anything else. And so with hot sauces, you gotta find your lane. Just buy the one you want. It doesn't matter if you are not the spiciest guy in the group. As Nate holds up the T-Bell fire sauce there. Fuego! I think my kids had Taco Bell for lunch today. Their grandmother came and took them out, and I think some of them wanted Taco Bell, the other wanted Chick-fil-A.
Blessed meal for them.
They're like right next to each other on the same strip, so it makes it super easy.
All right, Camden, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. So my question is, I think this is all PCA and OPC guys here. Is that right?
That's
Do we
correct.
have any?
3 and 4.
All right.
3 to 4.
All right. So since we OPC, we love our little PCA brothers, and somehow we can learn something from them. What would you say is something that us OPCers could learn from our PCA brothers?
Oh man, there's a lot of stuff.
Y'all could learn how to dress better.
Hold on. The JCPenney suit and tie, shirt and tie box, clear plastic box set that can't be improved upon.
It's done more for American Presbyterianism than any Columbia fishing shirt has ever done. And here I'll plant my flag.
It's the Schrute palette. It's mustard, brown, and let me just say, Camden, I was at the OPC General Assembly a few years ago.
Yeah.
And there was someone on the podium that had a black suit with a black shirt and a white tie.
Well, he had to make it to his ska concert
And he made it work
afterwards.
He made it work somehow, but I'm just telling you.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's not really PCA.
Was the belt white too? That's the trick.
It's two-tone.
If the belt is
Did
white.
you have spats?
You talk like this, see? Brothers and fathers.
Would you rather
see?
have all black suit and a white tie, or jorts and tank tops?
Did anyone here? Are we secure enough? Did anyone here have an all white suit for their wedding?
No.
That's a problem.
I had an old
That's not a wedding thing.
white shirt, white tie, white cummerbund, but black jacket, black pants.
That's 80s prom you've described.
I did have an all white tux for an 80s prom or early 90s prom.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
No, you forgot to insert the bob there, as Job would like for you to include. I'm sure you did,
All right.
Bob.
Amish, I respect your opinion more than almost anyone's. Any observations before we wrap up?
Well, I want to hear BL's on the spot review of of the Hot Ones liquor that he was drinking. Because hold it up there. Yeah, how is that?
So this is spicy alcoholic beverage.
This is Heat Check hot pepper flavored vodka. And my glasses are not strong enough to read this very, 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 very small print. Hot Ones by New Amsterdam Vodka.
Or you had too much of it. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later.
It would be a Dutch thing.
This seems like a bad idea to me.
New Amsterdam. Okay, well,
New Amsterdam's good.
Well, I don't know about that. I see it on the shelf. I have to buy it, right? It's Hot Ones. I'm kind of like Camden. I watch a lot of them. I don't watch as many of them anymore, but okay. So my first try with it was in a Bloody Mary, and it was okay. But instantly, and I'm not a vodka guy, but instantly you smell a very earthy note to it.
Huh.
And then you taste it, and it tastes musty even. There's a little bit of spice, which after all this stuff, I'm not going to taste it anyway.
Is it like barnyard? Like a barnyard funk? Like a Saison or something?
No.
You're really selling it.
It's not bad. Just to drink it straight, it's not horrible. Again, after all these hot sauces, what would be?
Again.
But it's good in a Bloody Mary. But
This is good copywriting. It's not horrible. Distinct sense of mustiness.
You can taste
which out of all the animals you see on the side of the road when you drive home, which does it resemble the most?
Possum.
Okay.
Which
man.
It's not horrible. It does detract a little bit from a Bloody Mary and the mix. Which is the only way someone as cultured as someone can be in Southwest Virginia It's okay.
Okay. So
It was cheap. It was cheap, and it does the requisite duty.
So anyway, 2 hot sauces, I would say. The Peppers Up that is on the current Hot One season. It's got blackberry and blueberry with the Apollo sauce. About 800,000 Scoville. Fantastic. Really good. And the Exorcizo from a couple of seasons ago. Fantastic. Both of those. Please try them. Awesome. But Disappointed Grandma is the champ.
Lao Gan Ma. Okay, so everyone, what's your favorite hot sauce that we jointly tried tonight? What's the most, I look at a versatile hot sauce. I think that the garlic habanero is good for a lot of things.
I was going to say, I think that's where I land.
The Belizean heat is good, but more limited. It's sort of a fruity, tropical thing. Yeah, your favorite from the ones tonight. Again, these are accessible Walmart hot sauces, and we want to bring people into the light, and this is a way to do it.
You can get hot sauce and elastic waist jeans all in one spot,
And a hunting license.
I like the truffle sauce for general use, but it's not a hot sauce, just for flavor. Right. The ghost pepper wing sauce for me, I find I could probably use that most of all. But the last one, the Jolokia, the boot, whatever that is.
Yeah. Some Asian thing.
Yeah, you can step it up, put a few drops of that into something that'll, if I got some rice and beans, I'll probably drop some of that in there, and that'll spice up my lunch.
All right, so the value proposition of these Melinda's sauces from Walmart, this is 12 ounces for a $4.50. That's value.
Yes, it is.
And so, this is not an expensive hobby. It doesn't have to be. And that's
It can be.
It can be. But it doesn't have to be.
Before long, you find yourself buying vodka. I mean, you just get so far into it that you never know where you'll end up.
Yeah. Let's stop before you get to that point.
I can stop at any time.
I've done it 1,000 times.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I like the fire roasted, the garlic and habanero the best. Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to have to go back and revisit these throughout the week. I've got some leftover Thai food that I'll be giving these a go on, some fried rice, some drunken noodles. We do like, in our house, the Cholula makes a chili garlic hot sauce. That's a really good. Just like, I just need some flavor. I don't necessarily
Big
want
Cholula
heat.
Fan.
That one's really good.
There's not a lot of heat in that, but there's a lot of flavor. It packs a punch flavor-wise.
Yeah, that and what is it, the green one that they do as well.
Yeah, that's good as well.
The green pepper is really good. The chili lime's not bad. I'm not a big lime guy, but the green pepper, which I think is like poblano and jalapeno, that one's really tasty.
It's mostly jalapeno, I think.
Yeah.
Little hot tip for you Cholula fans: a lot of the, at least original bottles, they have that wood ball top. Yep. If you look on the top of them, a lot of them have a little hidden smiley face. So little insider info there for you.
Whoa.
All right. Well,
you try to pick up a nice lady at the diner. Throw that one out there. You get some extra points.
That's for our single listeners.
Of course.
Yes. At Presbyterian diners. Yes.
If I had to rank them, what we've tried, optional sauces aside, the fire roasted would be, I think, the first, just for flavor sake. It could use a little bit more garlic, but the habanero adds a very nice flavor to it. And then the black truffle, the Belizean heat, the ghost pepper wing sauce, and then the last, for me, was the Sriracha. There's a standard for Sriracha, and it did not live up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know anything about Sriracha, so it's all new to me.
But as far as Melinda's sauce goes, and I don't think they make this one anymore, They have a peri-peri garlic condiment and marinade.
Ooh.
It is sublime. It doesn't have any heat, but the flavor on this sauce will knock your mustard colored socks off, Camden.
I lost those a while ago.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Glad I wore a moisture wicking shirt for this production.
Yes.
All right, well, Camden, thanks for inspiring this show. Nate,
I apologize
thanks
to the listeners, but yes, many thanks. It's been really fun, Brad. So he texted me. He said, "Hey, would you ever be interested in trying hot sauces on the live stream?" I said, "Just say when."
Yeah, didn't take long. Yeah, and Nate introduced the concept of hot sauce into Weird Reform Twitter long ago when it was still fun, before it was a blood sport, and bordering on early 20th century pathologies, political ideologies that we won't get into, and but yeah, that reminds us of better days. BL, you're always a surprise. Derek, you're a rock of wisdom, and Amish, you're that guy that you always were. And Presby, don't have a big lead in on the outro music. We're going to hear a little bit more from the intro song, but you can thank everybody, tell everybody good night, and maybe suggest what they would, if they've been playing along, what they might do to alleviate some of the symptoms that they might feel tomorrow.
Yeah, so I had some rice from the rice cooker. I was sort of spoon feeding myself as the night went on. That was a big help to kind of soak that up. I'm going to take probably 5 Tums. I'm going to exceed the dosage recommendation on the bottle before I go to sleep tonight. But this was excellent. We laughed, we sweated. We didn't quite hallucinate, although some of us, I think, towed that line pretty closely, which is kind of what you want sometimes. Like I say, hot sauces for the boys, and we got the boys together, and I think what really impressed me was the variety of substrates with which we consumed the hot sauces. So we had the chicken nuggets, we had the popcorn chicken, the wings, chips. I really regret forgetting that I had the tater tots, because I think that would have been an excellent delivery vehicle for hot sauce. So I'll have to spin those up again pretty soon. But take a little peppermint will help you. Maybe eat a bowl of yogurt before you hit the sack tonight, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Although BL, if we all see you at 5 a.m., we've all done something horribly wrong, I think. But this is Presbycast. Enjoy your hot sauces and don't be an Erdman.
Then Tom awoke with an agonized cry, his clothes soaked in sweat and his hair standing high. And he prayed as he'd never prayed before, to be saved from the devil's power. And his prayers were not made in vain, for he believed and called in Jesus' name. Now he'll never more have to ride on that hell-bound train.
What's wrong with you people?